Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Stephen Prosser.
And I'm Madeline May. Good news today for those who want their religious beliefs protected, as the Indiana Senate approved a religious freedom legislation on Tuesday. The legislation is to protect people with strong religious beliefs and was strongly supported by the conservatives, disappointed with last year's legalization of same-sex marriage. The critics say that this will legalize discrimination against the LGBTQ community.
Representative Tom Dermody was the author of House Bill 1624, which was a law saying that carry-out alcohol sales should be legal on Sundays. The bill set restrictions on making stores keeping hard liquor behind the counter. Apparently, the House would not have enough votes to support the bill, and many stores began opposing the bill due to the restrictions. So today, President Obama exercised his veto power for the first time in 5 years by rejecting the bill that would build the remaining segments of the Keystone Pipeline. The bill's supporters say that pipeline would create American jobs, while opponents warn of potential environmental risks. The project, which was first proposed more than 6 years ago, has been subject to administrative review, including a State Department analysis used to determine potential environmental issues. White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest said that there is still potential for President Obama to pass the bill, but only after the State Department analysis is completed. And the Pentagon announced it will be deploying a small number of troops to Ukraine. The troops will be providing medical training to forces who have been battling Russian-backed separatists. Next week, 5 to 10 service members will go for what will be a second round of coaching and mentoring of the Ukraine military. Those thought will go to become trainers. Last year, U.S. trained about 300 Ukrainian troops on battlefield medicine.
Dozens of Christians have been kidnapped by ISIS in northeastern Syria. Militants raided 2 villages before dawn. They seized between 70 and 100 Assyrians from Tal Shamiram and Tal Tamer, including women and children. Hundreds of others escaped the onslaught by running for their lives. CNN's Ben Weidman has the story from Erbil, northern Iraq.
According to the Assyrian Human Rights Network, this morning at 4 a.m., a force of ISIS fighters entered 2 Assyrian Christian villages in northeastern Syria in the Hasakeh province. They overcame the lightly armed defenders of that village, burst into the homes, and according to that Human Rights Network, abducted between 70 and 100 people, including women, children, and the elderly. Additionally, another 700 families fled the area, taking refuge in a church in the city of Hasakeh, also the capital of that province. Now, Kurdish fighters in Syria, especially around the town of Kobani, have managed to retake that town and have been pushing ISIS further and further back. However, it appears that this may be an attempt by ISIS to open up a new front. Meanwhile, the front here in Iraq, we had an opportunity to see it today around the town of Guer on the Zub River. There we saw fairly well fortified Kurdish positions. They were firing from those positions towards ISIS on the opposite bank. Light machine guns, heavy machine guns, mortars, and rockets. Most of the fire was going from the Kurds in the direction of ISIS. In the late afternoon, ISIS fired back with a few mortars. Now, this was where just 1 week ago, ISIS made a concerted assault trying to break through those Kurdish front lines, the defensive lines for the city of Erbil. In that battle, at least 50 ISIS fighters were killed. So the front may be wavering in Syria when it comes to ISIS, but here in northern Iraq, the front is holding steady. I'm Ben Weidman, CNN, reporting from Erbil, northern Iraq.
A person was taken into custody today after a suspicious vehicle was parked downtown at the main post office. The vehicle prompted a lockdown at and around Lucas Oil Stadium. The lockdown was lifted after U.S. Postal Services took the suspect into custody at the Indiana Convention Center around 2:30 this afternoon. The police said the man parked his car, left it running when he went inside the post office. Once he was inside, he asked people to pray with him. The suspect then fled to the convention center where he was trying to evade investigators. His vehicle was searched and nothing dangerous was discovered.
2 South Bend police officers whose telephone conversations were recorded are wanting city council members to end their pursuit of those recordings. These accidental recordings from a wiretapping case picked up high-ranking officials Tim Corbett and David Wells allegedly making racist comments about the police chief and discussing breaking the law. According to the South Bend Tribune, Corbett denies having ever heard these recordings and will not stop fighting this.
Alaska has become the 3rd state to legalize marijuana today. It is still illegal to smoke in public, but citizens 21 and older can now have up to 6 plants with no more than 3 plants flowering along with an ounce in their possession. Alaska is launching a public education campaign that will teach people how to consume responsibly.
A ban on plastic bags in California has been suspended until voters get to weigh in on the November 2016 ballot. The opponents seeking the referendum had more than 555,000 signatures. Governor Jerry Brown signed the ban last fall, and it was scheduled to start in July at large supermarkets. The American Progressive Bag Alliance argues that the ban would lead to a loss of thousands of manufacturing jobs.
You know, Madeline, I am so happy that I only need to brave this cold for 3 more days.
Yes.
And then I am on the road to Naples, Florida. So excited.
Yes, I am also going to Florida, so hopefully we can tough it out. Michael Behrens, what kind of weather are we going to be leaving behind?
Well, guys, we actually finally see a warm-up. We may actually see some liquid precipitation here next week as opposed to the snowfall as warmer temperatures finally make it into our region. Not tonight, though. 24 degrees right now. The wind's still pretty gusty from the west-southwest at 16. That's making it feel like 11 degrees out there. The winds will finally start to calm down tonight, and we get a little bit of a warm-up in our here, but we have more snow and more areas of cold air on the way before that warm-up next week comes in. The radar across the region right now pretty clear, but as we head out toward the west, these areas of warnings and watches associated with our next round of snowfall come in here for Thursday. Not a lot of accumulation, but some accumulation with that, and our next big accumulation expected this coming weekend. When we come back to our full forecast, we'll take a look at the several chances we have for snowfall, the near record cool temps coming into our region, and a warm up for next week. All that and more coming up in your full forecast.
And coming up next, find out more about the mysterious scarves warming up downtown Indy.
And also, who won SGA tonight? Stay tuned.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
From the Ball State News Center, you're watching NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. The student government slate Atlas won the 2015 race at 1,631 votes. Cardinal Connection came in second at 1,456 votes, and the slate Momentum had 445 votes. This year marked the largest voter turnout in over 4 years at 3,532 votes. Atlas will take office in the fall of 2015. One of their goals include a tailgate central, freshman 15, and extending the add drop period for classes.
Tonight, the Ball State Athletics will host the Cardinals Deans Shootout. This is the first time for this event during halftime. Deans from across the campus are going to participate in a free throw shooting contest with their partner. Each team is given 30 seconds to make as many free throws as possible. The winner is given the Cardinal Deans Shootout Traveling Trophy and bragging rights for the year. Layups are for the professionals. Or are they? Tonight, Ball State Deans will compete in the Cardinal Deans Shootout with their chosen partners for the chance to win a trophy. Dean Rubel Vasquez and Lavery give us their opinion.
Layups are for the professionals. Or are they? Tonight, Ball State Deans will compete in the Cardinal Deans Shootout with their chosen partners for a chance to win a trophy. Dean Rubel, Vasquez de Velasco, and Lavery gave us their opinion.
I believe that the prospects for public humiliation are pretty high, and it's hard to pass up an opportunity like that.
She's got to make free throws, so that's I think that's the biggest challenge that you're going to have today.
I know, and I'm vertically challenged.
I got the name of somebody. It turns out he's an alum of our college, Comm Studies or Communication, and his name is Kelly Robbins.
I picked an honor student named Julia Ritchie. And I had sent out an email.
He was very good in high school, and he's a good free throw shooter. So I'm optimistic that he'll help make us competitive.
She's also from Tennessee. And so if you think of women's basketball and Tennessee, I believe we got a winner.
He volunteered.
There was an email, it was like, are you good at basketball? I was like, I think I'm okay at basketball.
Kevin Thurman explains the Cardinal Dean's shootout.
The overall goal for this event is to create a fun atmosphere that brings academics and athletics together in a unique environment.
Drake brings the skill. I try to bring the attitude.
That's why we're a team.
During halftime, Dean Fallon and his partner dominated the first ever Cardinal inaugural Dean shootout. They will now have bragging rights for the rest of the year against the other Deans. There will be more in sports after this. In Muncie, I'm Felicia Donaldson for NewsLink.
Thank you, Felicia. The American Red Cross will be holding multiple blood drives in honor of Red Cross Month. The first drive will take place on March 3rd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Lions Civic Center. All blood types are accepted, especially O negative, A negative, and B negative. All donors must be at least 17 years old and weigh 110 pounds. To schedule an appointment, you can go to their website at redcrossblood.org.
If you have been in downtown Indianapolis lately, you may have noticed the scarves surrounding the city. A local philanthropist has warmed the city's light poles and parking meters with scarves and inspirational and funny notes for Indy residents. The known person is leaving what the Indy Star has dubbed scarf bombs, leaves the scarves to warm those outside in the recent freezing weather. Other scarf bombs have appeared across the United States and Canada this winter, with a Facebook page called Chase the Chill sweeping the nation. Indy's personal scarf bomb came at the right time this season, as the wind chill in Indy this morning was -7 degrees.
A strange object was spotted moving across the Utah sky Monday night. NASA says that object was part of a rocket used to launch a Chinese satellite into orbit back in December. The rocket body was about 90 miles above Earth when it went over Utah. A meteor sighting website says the object was seen Monday night in 6 states and parts of Canada.
A little boy is getting a big wish and a very special day. Ed Pierce has the sweet story.
At 4 years old, Mason Northam has already faced battles most of us can only imagine. Diagnosed at 2 with leukemia, he's been undergoing treatment ever since.
I've got a surprise for you. Come with me.
But he's still a normal little boy with dreams and heroes, and today he met one.
Jump in there, bud.
Woody from the Toy Story movies scooped him up and put him in the front of a parade.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There was a marching band, the Wolfpack cheerleaders, and a crowd of people he'd never met. A lot for a little boy to take in.
We told him that he was going to find out what his wish was going to be, and I think he's just excited.
Yeah, he's super nervous, super excited. He did really good today, though.
Any shyness soon gave way, and he was giving high fives, posing for pictures. The biggest surprise, his wish to go to Disney World.
Well, all these people came out today to celebrate with just you, to tell you on the count of 3, Mason's going up Disney World.
The trip funded by local auto dealer Tom Dolan, who's long been involved with the Cancer Society.
That's what you got to wear at Disneyland. Yeah.
Overwhelming, we might imagine, for a brave little boy in the midst of a struggle, but an emotional moment for everyone there.
It's just hard when you see a little kid like that and everybody else so healthy, and he's just fighting.
To be honest, when he got diagnosed, you never know if you're even going to get to do a Make-A-Wish trip, and it's been one of the most humbling experiences for me just to see the people that are willing to come and show support for a child they've never met.
Ed Pierce, Colo 8 News Now.
Mason said he's very excited to see where Mickey Mouse lives. We wish Mason and his family a wonderful time together at Disney World.
And when we come back, Michael Behrens will have your full weather report.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
State News Center. You're watching NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
You know what, Stephen? I am tired of this cold weather. My hands are chapping, my face is chapping. I'm sick of it.
I know, I can't agree more. Let's send it over to Michael Behrens to see if this cold weather is going to stick around or maybe go away soon.
Well, unfortunately, I have some bad news if you hate the cold weather. We have some near record low temperatures coming in for later this week, but semi-unfortunately for those of you staying in Muncie, the warm weather doesn't come till we are on spring break. Temperatures across the nation pretty much cool everywhere right now. Dallas 34, Kansas City 38. Here in Muncie, we're actually the warmest spot in Indiana right now, sitting at 24 degrees. I don't quite think that's right on where it should be. It's definitely going to drop in the overnight hours. 11 in Indianapolis right now, 9 over in Kokomo. As far as how this compares to yesterday, we're doing much better than yesterday. We're up 15 in Indianapolis, up 20 in Kokomo, up 22 in Muncie. So it is warmer than it was, but not as warm as I know many of us would like it to be. The winds in the overnight right now still pretty gusty. Southwest in Indianapolis at 15, west-southwest at 16 in Muncie. Sort of this southwesterly flow is what kept Muncie's temperatures up there right now, but again, we're expecting that to drop in the overnight. And it's not doing too much as far as wind chills go. It's making it feel like 11 here in Muncie, 11 in Indianapolis, 14 Lafayette, 8 in Fort Wayne. So it's making it feel pretty cold out there. Radar right now, it's clear across our region. There's a few flurries off toward the north near parts of Fort Wayne. They've moved through, continuing to move through. We could see some flurries in the overnight tonight. But our next real significant snow, that's off toward the west. These are some winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings over parts of Iowa. That's where the next system heading our way, and that's going to arrive for us on Thursday. Now these winds, they calm down in the overnight by tomorrow out of the east, only 4 miles per hour, so the wind chill going to not be as big a factor as it has been. Precision cast in the overnight, you see those scattered flurry potentials. Nothing real organized, nothing real collected here, and by tomorrow morning the clouds start to break up. We have some sunshine for the first part of the day. Clouds build back in throughout the rest of the day as our next snow system starts to get closer toward us. By Wednesday at 11 o'clock, it's still off toward the west of Indiana. It starts to sink a little bit to the south, and by Thursday morning, the first snow showers crossing the Indiana border, parts of Boone County, western Indiana, seeing the snowfall first, and then it'll eventually move into our area as we get about the noon hour on Thursday. The snowfall not real organized, not staying together, so by Thursday evening, the snow's already gone, and we're not expecting too much of an accumulation to see out of this system before it moves out of here once again. The day planner for Wednesday, temperatures rise to 25. The clouds start to build by the end of the day, and as we head into Wednesday night, we start to see the snowfall. By 1 o'clock Wednesday night, snowfall already starting in some parts of the area. We're not expecting too much of it, just scattered at that point, but the snowfall will be on the way. Totals only about an inch here near Muncie for our total snowfall. For tonight, again, 11 degrees our low. We could see some scattered flurries around the region. Tomorrow, high of 25. And as we take a look at our 7-day forecast here, things get really cold again Friday and Friday night. 11 degrees are high on Friday, -6 on Friday night. Another round of snow by next weekend. But look at this, on Tuesday, we could warm back up above 30, above freezing, really for the first time in a long time here in Indiana. And we actually have a rain chance in the forecast instead of a snow one. So that's going to be nice for the people that do stick around. As far as spring break goes, some cooler temperatures moving even into the Gulf states by next Wednesday.
Well, up next in sports, your men's basketball team took on Western Michigan tonight.
And the swimming and diving team is headed to the MAC championship.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Ball State News Center. You're watching NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Kelsey Anderson with sports. We'll kick off tonight with men's basketball as they just lost 53-48 in a tough defensive matchup against Western Michigan. Let's take a look at some highlights from the first half of the game. At the break, the Cardinals were down 25-24. Franco House led all scorers with 9 points at the half. The Cardinals forced 7 turnovers, leading to 11 points, and limited themselves to just 6 turnovers. The first 2 minutes of the game were scoreless, and the same pattern followed in the second half. House grasped his 8th straight double-figure game well before the game was over. NewsLink's Ryan Flannery is live in Worthen Arena with more.
Thank you, Kelsey. The Cardinals were looking to avenge a crucial overtime loss that happened in Western Michigan earlier in the season that started the 12-game skid for the Cardinals. The Cardinals went into halftime trailing the Broncos 25-24, and both teams were shooting below 40%. In the second half, it was much of the same story, but the Cardinals were able to get the game closer with about 30 seconds left with a big three-pointer from Sean Sellers that made the game 50-47. But it wasn't going to be enough as the Cardinals turned the ball over 15 times and also shot just 31% from the field. And the Cardinals ultimately fell to Western Michigan 53-48. The Cardinals also saw their record fall to 2-13 in the MAC, and they will be playing at Toledo on Saturday. Ryan Flannery in Muncie, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thank you, Ryan. Tomorrow night, Ball State's women's basketball team is hosting Eastern Michigan. This will mark the 70th time the two schools have met. The Eagles lead the all-time series 37-32, but Ball State has won 4 of the last 5 matchups. The last time the two teams faced off was earlier this month when the Cardinals came out on top with a 72-62 win. Natalie Fontaine led the Cardinals that game with 19 points and 15 rebounds. On Saturday, Renee Bennett and Fontaine led the Cardinals to a 51-50 victory over Northern Illinois. The Cardinals are looking to improve their winning streak to 6. Tomorrow night, the last time they had a 6-game winning streak was in the 2012-2013 season. Ball State's swimming and diving team will be heading to Eastern Michigan University tomorrow to compete in the 4-day Mid-American Conference Championship. The Cardinals are ranked 8th among MAC schools by collegeswimming.com. Eastern Michigan is the favorite heading into the championship just in front of Bowling Green. The preliminary round started at 11 a.m. each day with the finals beginning at 7 p.m. For more times and information, head to ballstatesports.com.
After the break, we take a look at what is happening at Minnetrista this Friday.
And also find out what the next fraternity fundraiser is. Stay tuned.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
From the Ball State News Center, you're watching NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Kayla Harpold with your entertainment news. This Friday evening, Minnetrista is hosting an event called After Hours Beers and Gears. There are drinks and live music inside, while outside there is a warm fire, food, and locally chosen beer. After this event, everyone is invited to come to the Starbucks on McGalliard Road for more food, music, and coffee. The event will be from 6 to 8:30 and the cost is $10. Member discounts apply. Alpha Phi Sorority held their Mr. Phenomenal event tonight in Emmons Auditorium. Male students from various organizations competed for the title of Mr. Phi 2015 in an event themed as a poker game. All the proceeds go towards women's heart health to promote awareness and further research.
I really like this event because it includes like all student life and parents and alumni. It's not just Greek life. Everybody can come and it's so much fun to watch all these men do their talents and sing or rap or dance. It's just really fun. Everybody gets a good laugh out of it and it's for a great cause.
And that's all for tonight in NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night. Oh, spring break's almost